Hello. There, World of Tankers, welcome to the channel. I'm of course your host, Droodles Blitz, and in today's video we are going to be breaking into a tier 8 premium tank that will be coming into the game. Now, I am very excited for this vehicle because it's something that I've always wanted to be in the game, but it's never really existed. There's different versions of it, but never a specific type of armament that I wanted it to have. Now this here is a Girls und Panzer tank. It's the IS-2 Pravda. There's obviously a lot of Girls und Panzer tanks in World of Tanks Blitz. I mean, we've got the Kuromori Mine, which is the tier 6 Tiger variant, and then as well we got vehicles like the Saunders Firefly, and there's a lot of others. There's the Hetzer Kame. There is a crazy amount in World of Tanks already, and we're going to be seeing another vehicle of that variant, and it's going to be a Jagtiger variant. Now, there's already quite a few Jagtigers in the game, 3 of them to be exact. We have the Snowstorm, we have the normal Jagtiger 8.8, and just the Jagtiger. But we're going to be seeing another premium, or whatever Wargaming wants to make it, collector variant of this here, the Girls und Panzer Jagtiger. Now, you'll notice something specifically cool and something that caught my eyes about this Jagtiger and why I'm very, very excited for it to come into the game. And that is the gun, which we had a very close view of there. Now, the gun on this Jagtiger is not the normal gun that you'd find on the Jagtiger 8.8, which is ironically a 10.5. That barrel there is a 12.8 centimeter cannon, which is the same cannon you find on this vehicle here, a 12.8. But you'll notice that this cannon is not the cannon that we see here, and that is correct because it is the stock cannon, which is this 12.8. The obvious tank, which carries that, is the Ferdinand at tier 8. So what I have a feeling Wargaming is going to do is make whatever it is, a collector or premium variant of the Jagtiger 8.8, and then literally turn it into a 12.8 centimeter gun. And that really has my eyes watering because I love 12.8 centimeters and I love heavily armored vehicles. And when you combine both together, it's going to be a heavily armored tank destroyer with a 12.8 centimeter. And I mean, sure, you could argue that the Ferdinand already is that tank, but really, the Ferdinand isn't. The Ferdinand has no armor. Like, sure, I like the vehicle, but it's definitely fallen behind on, should I say, survivability for tier 8s in the game. But you can clearly see here that that is the exact same gun that the Ferdinand does have. So that is something that's very cool, and that is the exact gun here that the Jagtiger we do have mounted on. I'm going to put on the other gun before I do forget, though. But yeah, that's one thing to keep in mind is it's really cool that it will, if it is this specific Jagtiger, carry the 12.8. Now, the Jagtiger has some pretty good armor. The upper plate is about 220 millimeters thick, and the superstructure ranges upwards of 264. That means if you're fully hull down and using it angled, and even with premium shells and calibrated on for an MIL 1 with, you know, that's pretty impressive pen at 242, yeah, you're not cutting through that, as it's 280 on the upper plate, and the superstructure upwards of 280 as well. Even on flat ground, that superstructure is incredibly thick at 265. So, yeah, it's actually got some good armor. You can even angle this vehicle like this and get 250 on the front and have auto ricochets on the side as well. But imagine now that there's a tier 9 Jagtiger, or just imagine this tank with the 12.8. And as I said, the Ferdinand, where is the Ferdinand? It really just has no armor. I mean, look at the armor on the Ferdinand. 210, by the way, that's with APCR. With AP, it's a little bit weaker at 207 thick. Yeah, 201 and 215. I mean, just look at how green it is. It has no armor. Sure, you can use it hull down and get some bounces, but I mean, still just load the premium and yeah, there goes all the armor. So the Ferdinand, it can get bounces, but for the most part, it doesn't. And that is why I'm very excited for a premium variant of the Jagtiger to come out with a 12.8 centimeter. And I figured, why not play a game in the Ferdinand and see how it plays. Now, breaking into the actual statistics of this gun real quick, it has pretty good DPM at 2,732. I am running rammer though, just keep that in mind. Not to mention, it also has pretty solid penetration at 246 on the standard and 311 on the premium. Plenty to cut through any armor in tier 8 or even tier 9. Its dispersion is very good at .317 and its aiming time is pretty solid. And I'd of course guess that the Jagtiger would have a very similar gun, or maybe even more DPM, judging that the Jagtiger variant that we already have at tier 8 has about 30 3,500 DPM with the 10.5 centimeter mounted, which is just ridiculous when you think about it. So here we are. Let's see what we can do in a battle with the Ferdinand. Now, one thing you need to keep in mind is every shell that does penetrate that massive, huge Honga Balonga superstructure would most likely not have penetrated with the Jagtiger 8.8 because, well, yeah, you can see a pretty big difference there. The superstructure even is way thicker at 235 thick compared to the measly 223 and 204. It's just, why does it have no armor? I really wish Wargaming would buff the superstructure of the Ferdinand to be more like the Jagtiger. But, yeah, really, that's one of the issues, is it just kind of sucks. So here we are in a Tier 8 battle, which is good. Obviously, that'll be better for the tank. And one thing a lot of people don't know about the Ferdinand is that it actually has a very surprising amount of gun depression, one more degree more than the Jagtiger 8.8 at 8 degrees. Now what that means is I can actually work the middle hill on Canyon in a tank that you normally wouldn't expect to be able to work that hill. The Ferdinand might not be the fastest of tanks, only going in at 30 kilometers per hour, but because it actually has a very solid power to weight ratio, it doesn't seem like it's too slow. I mean, you can see here, it doesn't seem all too slow, even though we only go at 30. It just kind of, drives along at its normal speed. Now, if I am stuttering or I seem a little bit out of it in today's video, I do want to point out that it is currently like 4 in the morning. It's 4:58 in the morning. I have had no sleep yet because I am gonna go see actually Blue Angels today, and that's very early. So yeah, I just wanted to record this video so you guys had some content to watch. But there's an Annihilator off to the side, and there's a KV-4, and bam, thank you, big ol' shell going right into that KV-4. That is where that huge alpha really does make it hurt a lot on the enemy team. Now we're gonna poke this again and see if we can get another shell into that KV-4. Yeet, there you go, another nice tap for 400, and with that we're already sitting at 888 damage on the dots. That Ferdinand is already halved on his health as well, which is pretty impressive. Now, if this shark does decide to poke me, which he does, wow, that was a pretty unimpressive shell, to say none the least. But the good news is that the shark did get penned by an enemy tank, which means, or not an enemy tank, but an enemy tank on his side, should I say, which means that it's going to give us a, oh my god, that actually hit. It's going to give us a much better advantage for not worrying about ourselves being at least penned by that shark. So there's the KV-4. We're just going to load an HE shell in and completely miss. Well, that kind of sucks, doesn't it? Ooh, that's a lot of tanks in the enemy team over here. I don't like that, not all too much. We've got the AMX, who did actually cut right through my armor, and I got to be worried about that shark, but for the most part, let's see if we can get a shell into that enemy E25, and yeet, there you go, finishing him off. And now we're going to put on our adrenaline and see if we can get an HE shell into the AMX. Let's aim, and oh, okay. Maybe not getting a shell out into that AMX all too yet, but well, we're doing pretty good as it is. Let's just drive over this hill and maybe get a shell out into, what is it, the shark over here, and boop, there you go, 541, man, that's a big slap of an alpha shot there. But, I mean, you can easily see where the nice alpha of this tank feels super powerful. I mean, I've cut through this shark, and we might be penned here. I gotta be a little bit worried about that. Maybe we can even snap a shell into you. You know what? I'll take it. 220 damage is better than nothing, as we know. And it took a pretty big chunk off of that guy. So let's see. We got that shark over here still, and let's see if we can tap a shell into his vehicle. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Nice tap into that shark, and basically brought him down to a one-shot. Now, this battle, it's definitely not going all too fantastic for my team. We're gonna try and tap an HE shell into him, and perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. But we did get tapped in the meantime in the rear of my vehicle by, what is 400 damage per shot? That would be a Scorpion G. Okay, we're going to get the heck out of there, like, now. Alright, so we got that AMX still showing his tank, and with that, we're just going to kind of chillax here, because I know that the Cheeto is going to start causing that guy to run away. Yes, Droodles, F you moron. I am a moron for doing my job as a tank. Yes. just gotta say that, as usual. Now, I have no clue where that Scorpion G is sitting, so, I'm gonna be a little bit careful here, because I know that my camera rating is probably worse than the Scorpion, but we can also get a shot into this Annihilator if we work this correctly, and I can even use the buildings to my advantage. Perfect, there's the Scorpion, let's aim it on his tank, and yeet! Oh my god, you've got to be kidding me. No, no, no. Oh, I can't believe that actually missed. That is so incredibly sad. Alright, let's try this again. Let's poke it, and yeet! Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Beautiful shot right into the Scorpion. And with that, there's only one tank left. So we're already at 3,400 damage this game. And we dealt a pretty, honestly, good game. I mean, there you go. Nice shot into the Annihilator. He missed the other two, and with that, all that's left is that Annihilator. This will probably be a mastery, if I'm going to be honest here. So let's see just exactly what we can do. Speed and power is key. Now with that 8 degrees of gun depression, you can very clearly see that we were able to work that hill, which is just what this tank is really impressive at doing. It can actually get away with some pretty strong things. So let's see, there's the Annihilator. Come on, we can get one chilling. I want to break, I wanted to break 4,000 damage, but you know what? I'll take 3,700 or whatever we did do this battle. Pretty solid, nonetheless, and I'm expecting to see a mastery, or that beautiful golden M, as people like to call it. So let's see, come on, give me it, give me it. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. 3,906 damage. We completely owned that shark who got a little bit mad at me, not gonna lie. How much did we take off him? Oh, 1,028. Sucks to suck. Oh, did I say that out loud? Oops. I don't pick on people, but if you're gonna get salty at me, well, you kind of deserve it, especially because you are in a tank that is literally 1,000,000 times better than a Ferdinand, and yet you get owned by one. But yeah, I mean, you can clearly see the Ferdinand's gun is fantastic. 1,394 off that guy. We took 33 off that E25, helping out our SU-152. 759 off him. I mean, the gun is fantastic. The ability to slap somebody for 460, have very solid DPM, great accuracy, and everything you'd want is great. And I'm hoping that they're going to basically make a tier 8 version of the Jagtiger, and it's going to be amazing. Hopefully all of you are just as excited as I am for the Girls Unter Panzer Jagtiger. Now, it is confirmed that it will be coming into the game. I'm not exactly sure when, but it is confirmed on a Russian post, so I'm very excited myself. And yeah, that's just what I had to say in today's video. So if you'd like to see more like it, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below. But other than that, stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll be seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye!